Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again on YouTube. This is another look at Atlas Fallen. This is the combat trailer which just came out. I wasn't expecting something so soon, but since the last one was gameplay, I figured they would loop that in. It would have already been there. But anyways, we're going to take a look at this right now. Remember, go ahead, like, subscribe if you like this video. Leave a comment on the channel for sure, and on this video, what you think about the game. But we're going to take a look at this and see what is up with Atlas Fallen. Which honestly looks good. To be real with y'all, it does look pretty good. Coming out this, is it August?
Atlas
October?
Fallen is an action RPG set in a devastated, sand-covered world.
Devastated.
Ruled by an almighty and merciless sun god who drains the planet, leaving only dust on the surface.
We gotta get a new narrator, but I mean,
the lands of Atlas are dangerous and mysterious places. They are deadly to errant travelers, and you, until you find a divine artifact.
I think if
This
Forspoken had
gauntlet is
a world like
infused
this,
with
it
the power
would
to
have been
shape
just
the sand,
a
which
slight
might
bit better.
be just enough to face the sun god's wrath.
It's just a little bit, it's just enough different that you're like,
Combat in
okay.
Atlas Fallen starts with this gauntlet, your main source of offensive and defensive capabilities.
Okay, like
It
UI
only
on
takes
this
a
too?
simple button press to cast attacks, and you can equip two main weapons at the same time to intertwine powerful combos. Be versatile with the transforming Doom Cleaver. Unleash
Doom Cleaver?
long-range strikes with the Sand Whip.
The Doom
Or
Cleaver.
Pound enemies with a flurry of fists using the Knuckle Dust.
I mean,
Mix and match any two of your preferred combat styles, and watch as each weapon evolves during combat, growing larger and more deadly.
is that slowing time down? Like a time slowdown mechanic as well?
The action in Atlas Fallen is fast-paced, agile, and intense. Moving freely on most terrain, you rapidly jump into action, evade attacks, dash through the air, and enjoy truly dynamic gameplay.
Definitely a nice little combat loop.
One of
Yeah.
the most unique combat features is the momentum. Every successful attack builds your momentum and grants you the ability to perform special attacks or trigger a wide range of effects in combat. The more momentum you have, the more powerful your weapons become. Be careful, however, as the more your momentum increases, the more damage you take. It's an intricate risk and reward mechanic
What?
that constantly encourages you to analyze the fight and choose strategically when to cash in on your potential.
Okay. I want to pause it right here really quickly. So, that's really interesting because when you hear momentum, Shell, like you think about it being something where you're actually increasing your movement a little bit. In this case, it's different from Wolong and Kenny, where you're building this momentum by when you attack, and we'll just think of the momentum as your super gauge, right? That's powering up some of these larger attacks. I think that's a better way of looking at it. Yeah. So the risk reward of catching in and out, you can see there's like 3 different bars at the bottom of the screen, the blue bottom, like the blue bars. And that's, you know, you can cash out at 1, you can cash out at 2, or you can cash out at 3. So the longer you hold it, the more powerful your attacks become. For these larger, you can see like how everything's just really kind of getting more epic and epic looking on the screen. That's cool. I like that.
Momentum is also heavily tied into playstyle customization in
Whereas
Atlas
Wolong is
Fallen.
about countering.
On top of armor sets with different stats to collect and upgrade, and idols to pump up your healing abilities. The game also features more than 150 Essence Stones to completely shape your own way to play. A
Maybe one too
sandstorm
many.
that blows away everything in its path. A giant hammer falling from the sky. Mine traps. A great swirling kick. A leap forward to rush into action, throwing devastating projectiles to keep your distance.
Oh.
The list goes on and on and on.
Interesting.
Every Essence Stone combination offers a new way to enjoy fighting in Atlas Fallen. Whether
So-
you're an aggressive player or you prefer shields, debuffs, and healing. Momentum is also cashed out for truly devastating attacks that obliterate enemies. These consume your entire bar, but always deal incredible damage to help you shatter body parts.
All right, and so that's where we get that. We're almost like breaking down the trailer as we kind of go in this one a little bit. So Kenny, what's different about this, and what's up, Hav? What's different about this from Wolong is that gauge doesn't go down when you get hit. It does go down when you cash out on something, but it's Wolong uses it as in I don't know how to describe it. It's a little bit of a different feel. The feel will be different than Wolong, 100% for sure, but the gauge does interact differently. Then again, you know what? When you attacked people in Wolong, did you build blue meter? I don't think you built blue meter, did you? Unless you were using a certain style. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who knows? What they're saying, at least what we're gathering here, is all those different
more than one.
Yeah, all of these different stones are just different moves or modifications to moves. So you essentially have a ton of moves in this game.
150 essence stones to completely shape your own way to play. A sandstorm that blows away everything in its path.
Yeah,
a giant hammer falling from the sky. Mine traps. A great swirling kick. A leap forward to rush into action, throwing devastating projectiles to keep your distance.
Yeah, it's not getting depleted when you get hit.
On and on.
You're just taking more damage if you have a higher gauge.
Every combination offers a new way to enjoy fighting in Atlas Fallen. Whether you're an aggressive player or you prefer shields, debuffs, and healing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Also cashed out for truly devastating attacks that obliterate enemies. These consume your entire bar, but always deal incredible damage.
You know what? I have to say, the fact that you can get debuffs and do a lot of these different things, the combat might not flow as well as 16, but it's got a lot more intricacies and
combat tools and abilities
in terms of RPG and customizability than 16 does.
From packs of small monsters lurking beneath the sand to gigantic bosses with more advanced movesets, combat requires you to adapt and play wisely. Target and attack specific body parts to incapacitate larger raids, disabling their attacks, and making them drop unique resources to further increase your potential.
There's a little monster hunter going on?
You don't have to be alone to face the gods. Atlas Fallen is fully playable in online 2-player co-op mode, from start to finish with the least amount of restriction possible. Join any friend to enjoy the full story campaign together and create builds with strong synergies thanks to diverse essence stones designed with cooperation in mind. Protect each other, heal your partner's wounds. Atlas Fallen Co-op provides a fun and refreshing way to enjoy your journey.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of...
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more information and details about Atlas Fallen.
August is potentially not the best time for any games to be dropped. Okay, August isn't the most. 2-player co-op seems weak. What do you mean, Hob? I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's 2-player co-op. What do you want from them in terms of 2-player co-op? You want 4-player co-op? It's an action RPG. they're just going for what they. You need 3 or 4. Well, look, everyone ain't got 3 or 4 friends. I just got 1 I can muster up. All right. This man's like, all right, check number 1, and YouTube, yo, let me know what you think about this, because I know what Hob is thinking right now. Day 1 Game Pass. Where the Game Pass at? I can get all my friends on this. 3, 4 Game Pass. Let's go. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, man. I know what you're thinking. It would be kind of crazy if 3 or 4 co-op for this game. I guess it's just not one of those things they designed it for, but I think I'm impressed by the fact that all the different rune stones, or the stones that they have that are modifying or giving you essentially more than, we'll just say like 80 different types of moves, which could be a little bit excessive, but it really does allow you to kind of feel like, oh, okay, well, you know, you can buff and then your friend can do this, or if you're by yourself, you can kind of like really customize your build And at least, I don't know how this is unlocking, but it feels like it's going to be unlocking faster than FF16 stuff unlocks. And I could definitely make a different video about that. What I will say, though, is that, yeah, a lot of these encounters that they're showing are typically one-on-one with like a few minions in there. So I'm wondering, especially in this really open world, you know, how interesting, like how long it can keep your interest. Because like the creatures, you know, they're pretty... They're all right. I'm not a fan of the designs, but I think what is cool is that you are able to, you're going to be able to do a few things in terms of targeting. Oh, I had to ruin that one really quickly. My bad. But yes, so it does feel a little bit more like it does feel like a little bit of Forspoken. It does feel a little bit like Forspoken. And even the way the world looks, I'll say it has a better, more interesting looking world and interesting, more designed enemies, but it does give me a little bit of a Forspoken feel. It does give me a little bit of a Forspoken feel. I definitely don't deny that one. So, but I like how you can target certain parts and knock those parts off the enemy for different bonuses or different types of items. A little bit more like like Monster Hunter in that sense. So it's definitely got a loot element to the game, and it'll just see how nice it is. You know, if the loot element is pretty strong in the game, if you're really wanting to customize these perks, which you couldn't really see, my face was in the way there, but there's a lot of stat manipulation going on for this game, and they're hoping that kind of stat manipulation is really going to keep people hooked into it, which you can see right here. But anyways, everyone, definitely thanks so much for watching on the YouTube channel. Go ahead, like, subscribe, come check out the streams. I stream every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on Twitch, 9 p.m. Japan Standard Time. So come on, check us out. We got a great community here. Kenny was trying to let his intro rock, and I wish I could have let it rock. Maybe we should let him rock, even on YouTube videos. But Kenny, have a great one. Much love to you, and also to everyone on YouTube. Thanks so much. Go ahead, like the video, follow, and let me know what you think about the game. Atlas Fallen, coming out in August. The wonderful month of August with Lies of P, because I'm going to be playing Lies of P. And if they're lucky, I'll be playing this too.